This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening to you here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins, social distancing in my temporary home studio.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino at the RTV6 studios. Let's get right to the latest on the coronavirus and its impact on Indiana. Today we learned Indiana's death toll from COVID-19 has now passed 700. The number of confirmed cases in our state, more than 13,000, and more than 72,000 Hoosiers have been tested. And we know that COVID-19 is impacting people of color disproportionately. Now the city of Indianapolis and the Marion County Health Department are putting in extra effort to stop the spread. The new initiative hopes to bring up to 3,000 coronavirus tests per week to Marion County neighborhoods showing a higher risk of infection. The first testing site will be the Eastern Star Church in the Arlington Woods neighborhood. That area has the highest COVID-19 infection rate in the county. Marion County is contracting with IU Health to get testing supplies. And the Indiana Black Expo says it will cancel all of its planned summer events because of the pandemic. This year's summer celebration was supposed to help mark the Black Expo's 50th anniversary, but they now hope to have that celebration next summer. The Black Expo says they will try to hold the education and business conferences for summer celebration as virtual meetings.
We will now, with this being the 50th anniversary of the organization, I mean, we're saddened by it, and it is what it is. It's a pandemic that we really have to make sure that we're protecting the safety and the health and the well-being of our community as well, because that goes to the very mission and core of the organization.
Also, Black Expo officials say they will cancel this fall's Circle City Classic football game and parade out of an abundance of caution for public safety.
Here at RTV6, we are always looking at organizations that are helping Hoosiers rebound out of this pandemic. Kimberly Root, president of Anthem Indiana Medicaid, says that they have been working to check on the most vulnerable members of our population during the stay-at-home order. Representatives have made thousands of calls to check in on people, especially those with chronic medical conditions, mental health issues, and disabilities. They also removed co-pays and co-insurance for COVID testing and relaxed prescription refill rules. Anthem also provided a $1 million rapid response loan fund to assist small businesses. We asked Roop to talk about some of the tangible things that people can do if they come across any uncertainty with their health coverage.
Certainly work with your employer. If it's not through your employer, work directly with your insurance company. And then certainly when it comes to Medicaid, I mean, we're here to help serve our customers. Call the number on the back of your card, and just share with them and be very candid about the situation that you're in.
Roop tells us she believes some good can come out of this difficult time. One thing is telemedicine. She says that more people are getting connected to medical help right from home. Plus, just as Anthem has donated PPE and other supplies, it is encouraging to see how communities come together during these difficult and trying times. One of the only places we can visit during the pandemic is the grocery store. And if you've been inside over the last month, you know it's busy. That's why many are turning to delivery services. Tonight, RTV6's Nicole Griffin is finding out one restaurant is now testing out grocery delivery to meet the demand.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, Cluster Truck's busiest time of the day was lunch. But right now they are seeing more families ordering during the dinner hour. And they are also testing out a new service in Carmel, grocery delivery. There's been one challenge drivers with Cluster Truck have faced during the pandemic.
Getting people used to lunch not being our winner, and dinner is now our winner.
But aside from that, even before COVID-19, drivers pull up at the restaurant, food is brought out to them, and then they deliver to customers at the curb.
All of our drivers have masks, have sanitizer. You notice the door behind me. We're handing the food out to the drivers so they don't have to get out and come in.
For drivers in Carmel, though, the items they are delivering have changed as the restaurant tests out grocery delivery.
We have a small, medium, large with different assortments of, dairy products, meats. We have a paper pack, which has paper towel, toilet paper.
We're constantly trying to, how much more should we get, and it's a big, big demand. And, the timing is right. People want to stay home. People are getting, very used to delivering groceries.
When this started last week, they were selling completely out of groceries daily, but now they've increased their stock to meet the demand. Cluster Truck is also working with Cunningham Group, delivering food for their Stone Creek restaurant in Zionsville.
They've been a great partner for us all along. And when this COVID came along and he had to close all of his doors, didn't really want to go the third-party route. This was like, well, why don't we try this experiment?
Looking ahead to the future, Cluster Truck hopes to expand its grocery delivery option to other markets, including Indianapolis. Working for you, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And during the pandemic, Cluster Truck has added drivers, but we're told they currently have a waiting list with hundreds of people at the Indianapolis location, and dozens are on the list for the Carmel locations.
Morning, how are you?
A warm thanks with a hot meal. Today, the Moselle Sanders Foundation provided lunch for National Guard volunteers at the Midwest Food Bank. The Sanders Foundation says it's their way of showing appreciation for the volunteers' hard work, especially during these challenging times.
It's very important to show people that they are appreciated, even when they do not actually expect it. It sends another level of respect.
The food for today's free lunch was provided by Michael's Soul Kitchen.
And rain across central Indiana. If you have a rain gauge at home, you might want to empty that or very soon empty it because we'll make another contribution. But today's rainfall was the most we've had in a single day so far this month. I think we'll X this out and put in a new amount on Saturday. The rain's starting to wind down across central Indiana. Temperatures, they're stuck in the 50s. You can see Indy as we look from the Motor Speedway to downtown. Temperature, a 2-degree temperature range, 54 in Indy, 56 in Bloomington. As we take a look at the radar, we'll kind of hop around here, show you the rain sitting kind of in an arcing line from Terre Haute up to Kokomo and around Muncie. We'll zip to the north, Howard County, Kokomo to Greentown. That'll cut into western portions of Grant County and a fading area of showers over Rockville. Heads up Terre Haute, some rain just to your west. Here's what we expect in the morning as skies begin to clear just a little bit. Visibility by the time we get to 6, 7 in the morning, a mile or less, I think, in the western portion of the state. We'll talk about what's different about tomorrow and look to Saturday coming up.
Talk about a different playbook. The 2020 NFL Draft will be a virtual affair this year. Coming up, the anticipation builds amid questions about whether we'll even have an upcoming season.
Back up at Golden Oak Lending.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
We are now just about an hour away from night 1 of the NFL Draft. It's one of the most anticipated events in the sports world.
But it will look much different this time around with the picks being done virtually. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us what to expect.
Kyler Murray, quarterback.
The kickoff to young athletes' professional football careers that usually starts with a walk across that stage and those proud moments in front of a massive crowd.
Highest-paid quarterback in National Football League history.
Tonight, drawing from a brand new playbook, the COVID-19 pandemic forcing this year's NFL Draft to go virtual for the first time.
It's definitely different. I guess it's kind of special in a way. Everybody's going to remember this draft class just based off of what's going on around the world now.
All 32 teams will be on a video conference together, and with the decision makers being kept out of their traditional war rooms, they'll instead discuss their picks remotely before passing them along to Commissioner Roger Goodell, who will make the announcements.
And this is a man cave.
From his basement.
The draft has always been about hope, but this year with all that's going on in our society and around the globe, we need more experiences together. And we need that ability to look forward.
Among those looking forward to hearing their names called, presumptive #1 pick quarterback Joe Burrow of LSU and Ohio State's Jeff Okudah, who will have their reactions captured at home by cameras and smartphones sent to them by the NFL.
Even though the draft won't be like how we envisioned it, it's still going to be crazy just to be a part of it.
Drafted.
But some of the things fans love most about the draft remain. We'll still hear some of the players' inspiring backstories, and in keeping with tradition, there will still be a way to boo the commissioner, albeit virtually, as part of a fundraiser for COVID-19 relief efforts. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The NFL draft begins tonight at 8 o'clock, and you can watch it right here on RTV6. Round 2 kicks off at 7 o'clock on Friday, tomorrow. That's when the Colts are set to make their first picks. Saturday's coverage starts at noon.
Understanding the coronavirus is an important part of finding a vaccine. Up next, how a pediatrician who has recovered from the virus is doing his part to help move the process forward. Coming up.
And a windy and wet Saturday. Winds will be gusty, the rainfall potentially heavy. I'll have all the details coming up.
/online care.
RTV6 is proud to be working together with the United Way of Central Indiana during this crisis. We're teaming up for the COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund. The initiative supports organizations that serve people and families affected by the pandemic. You can donate to the fund by texting HELP 2020 to 91999. And doctors across the country are hopeful that a new treatment method to fight COVID-19 is working. They're now asking anyone who's survived it to get involved in the fight against it. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us now with what you can do to help.
If you are someone who's recently survived the coronavirus, listen up. Your blood right now is filled with antibodies that can fight off this virus and potentially save the lives of those who are currently in the battle against this disease. And doctors want to see you donate plasma so they can transfer it to those patients. They want you to donate plasma so they can transfer those antibodies to patients who are in critical condition. In the last week at IU Health, this method has been tested on 4 patients. One of them was finally extubated after being on a ventilator for more than a week. Dr. Richard Keller recently donated plasma after testing positive for the virus in March. He says the experience was quick, easy, and safe.
But it was, they checked our temperature before we went in, questioned us if I was sick or not. And it was very kind of isolated. There weren't a lot of other patients around. So it's, I think, very, very safe to go donate the plasma. And I would encourage anyone who's COVID positive to look into it.
Dr. Keller says the entire experience took about an hour, and it feels good to know he's helping even more in the fight against this virus. To donate plasma, you have to be at least 28 days symptom-free, and you also need to have a laboratory positive test result saying that you did have the coronavirus. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Grocery store shelves are starting to look more like they used to, and the CEO of one major chain says it's up to you to keep it that way. The head of Kroger says the supply chains for most products have stabilized. You might still see occasional shortages on high-demand items, but those are short-lived, and usually there's an alternative available. He says the key will be people only buying what they need and not hoarding those products when they're stocked.
Walmart and the website Nextdoor are making it easier for neighbors to help each other during the coronavirus pandemic. They're jointly launching a program called Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Members of Nextdoor can now request assistance or offer to help someone in their community with shopping at their local Walmart through the Nextdoor app or on Nextdoor.com. Members can coordinate pickup and delivery of groceries and medications or other essential items. The service will be available nationwide starting Friday.
Make sure you run an update on your app if you use Zoom. The video conferencing app is releasing updated software this week to address some privacy issues. Zoom has seen a huge uptick in traffic since social distancing measures began. Hackers tapped into that, and they've been hijacking meetings and sharing inappropriate content. This is called Zoom bombing. The security update will change the default settings for meetings. Hosts will have more control over who gets access and who can share the screen. Zoom's CEO says they plan to have a complete security overhaul by the end of next month.
And Mark, want to share this with you. Look who has been hanging out in Tamara Hale's backyard for about the last month. She got a great picture of this owl on a sunny day. Today we had the gray background, but that is who is hanging out. Maybe you've seen a lot more nature around your house too, as you've been indoors just staring out the windows. Let's talk about what's going to change here as we move forward. Our rain chances minimal tomorrow. We're going to have a dry day. Saturday, a different story. Wet and potentially really wet. Rain diminishes and ends in the first half of Sunday and will dry out again on Monday. Rainfall potential, couple different models here. Both are suggesting widespread rain across central Indiana. One model for Indianapolis has 1.5 inches of rain. The other has over 2.5 inches of rain, and that is through Sunday morning. Temperatures now have been stuck in the 50s as we've had rainfall through the day, and the low cloud cover, the temperatures will not change a whole lot tonight. We'll drop into the 40s in spots. It'll really be a function of the sky clearing and the rain ending. You got to dry things out a bit before temperatures are going to move. I do think we'll see patchy fog develop, especially in the western portion of the state. You can see the rainfall chances tonight. The last little push there before 11 o'clock is with the area of low pressure exiting, so we may have a couple of showers in the central portion of the state. Temperatures tomorrow up to 57 at 11 a.m. with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Afternoon high, middle to upper 60s. That's a welcome change. You can get back outside, maybe mow the lawn before we see another round of heavier rain over the weekend. Temperatures from north to south, all within 5 degrees of each other. As you go to the weekend, 60 Saturday, wet with some thunderstorms mixing in. Not expecting severe storms at this time. Rain will be early on Sunday. That wind will pick up Saturday, gusting to 30 miles per hour once we get to the evening hours. And want to show you this as we put it in motion from 7 a.m. Saturday to 7 a.m. Sunday. See that spin as the low pressure area moves through? It squeezes all the moisture out of there and brings with it that heavy rain potential. There's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures bounce back by Tuesday of next week. Monday's dry, 63. Rain and some thunderstorms Tuesday and possibly Wednesday. That is your latest forecast. We'll be back with more news after this.
Curtly, thanks for watching.
A new government report says fewer Americans have had high cholesterol in recent years. The National Center for Health Statistics found between 2017 and 2018, only 10.5% of Americans had high cholesterol. That is a 43% decrease from 2000. The report didn't explain why Americans have better cholesterol now, but the CDC says more than half Americans diagnosed with high cholesterol are on medications, and nearly half have modified their diet and exercise. Hospital employees are working harder than ever before, and now one hospital group has set up a way for you to say thank you to those workers. Franciscan Health says it's been overwhelmed with notes of support, especially pictures and drawings from children. So Franciscan has created gratitude walls at its hospitals in Indianapolis, Carmel, and Mooresville. The walls display the notes, cards, and other items to show their staff how the community has worked together to say thank you to those who have been helping. This was the display. That the walls are updated daily, by the way. We have information on how you can send notes for the gratitude wall at our website, theindychannel.com.
And if you're looking for an excuse to get out of the house while still practicing social distancing, consider taking a road trip to Randolph County. RTV6's Brad Brown found the burgers and ice cream at the Chocolate Mousse are worth the drive.
It's easy to spot the history in downtown Farmland. Many of these buildings along Main Street have stood for more than 120 years. And inside the Chocolate Mousse, there's a taste of nostalgia every day.
In a community where there aren't a lot of businesses, fortunately we're on a highway, so we still see traffic go through, but I think overall it's a little quieter.
It's a homecoming for Amy Davis and her husband Mark. Amy grew up just a short walk from the Chocolate Mousse. Now they own the place. They've spent the past month getting used to meeting their customers curbside.
You know, there have been times when our servers have delivered a meal to the curbside and they've been blessed with a very nice tip that they probably wouldn't have otherwise gotten if they were in here waiting tables, and that means a lot to us.
It's been really encouraging to have people come up and say, you know, and thank us for being open, thank us for allowing them to come and service them and a place to come to eat.
For decades, the Moose's menu of diner favorites has brought people from farmland and way beyond. The main event is in the old-time soda fountain and ice cream menu. Phosphates, malts, shakes, sundaes, green rivers. You can get most of those to go now as well.
I find that people are ordering the basics. Cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers. Tenderloins is one of our favorites. And so they're ordering what they're familiar with. Or even if they're not familiar with, they've read that, hey, this is really good, let's try this.
We try to put something out there every day, just kind of keep the chocolate mousse in the mind of our customers, even if they're thinking, oh, I'm driving home from work, and I can just pop through and pick up dinner.
As time's gone on, I've seen people that haven't been in here that have come by. So I'm getting some new customers because their options are limited and maybe they haven't tried this yet.
Big thanks to the whole crew up there. By the way, the bacon cheeseburger was an A+. They've got T-shirts as well. That's pretty great, don't you think? Amy and Mark are hoping to have the shop open soon so they can serve up some proper banana splits as summer gets here. For more information about their hours, their menu, and their specials, check out the Chocolate Mousse Farmland on their Facebook page. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
Thank you, Brad, and thanks for making RTV6 your choice for news. Our next newscast is tonight at 11.
See you then.